My grandfather was angry and he poured that hot water. I just stood there and I couldn't move. I didn't do anything. I will always hide. I am different. I blame my grandparents for me being like this. So my grandparents used to drink alcohol a lot. There's one day where they were preparing chicken. That's what I was told, that it was Saturday night and they were preparing chicken for the next day. Because they were intoxicated, they started arguing. So we didn't have a fence that separated houses. I was going next door to a friend's place. As we tried to pass through the door, my grandfather was angry and he poured that hot water. He was trying to pour it outside, and apparently I was passing at that time and I got burned. I just stood there and I couldn't move. I didn't do anything. I don't know what was happening in my mind, but I remember that I just stood still and I think I was asking myself what is happening. Until my grandmother, I remember she came and picked me up and there were screams. But after that, I really don't remember what happened. My elder sister ran out for help. She tried to get someone with a car so they can take me to the nearest clinic. She's the one who told me everything that happened. Apparently, I was not crying or screaming. I was just silent. So everyone was worried why I was not reacting. I stayed in hospital for almost a year. My support system during that time was my aunt, and she wasn't matric on that year. Apparently she failed her matric because she had to be with me at the hospital most of the time. I hated my grandparents' guts, both of them. I felt they are irresponsible, and the truth is I'm only getting better now as I grow older. I'm forgiving them now. I was very angry with them. When the accident happened, I was still at home. I was staying with my grandmother. I do remember feeling uncomfortable playing with other kids. The way they would look at me, I would feel like there's something wrong with me. They would ask questions, what happened? What is this? Are you hurting? Then I would see, there's something different with me. Then that's when I realized, I am different. Primary, it was okay. I think I was coping. When I got to high school, things changed. People would make jokes. They would always ask me questions and I wasn't comfortable then to talk about this. So I made my life hell, honestly. It wasn't nice going to school. I was always wearing a long jersey, making sure I have a long shirt that I will tie and wear a tie. Just make sure no one sees my scars and it will only be the one on the face. Growing up as a teenager, it was not nice at all. I was struggling to make friends. I had the lowest self-confidence. When people would look at me, I would think, oh, now they're looking at my scars. Even though someone is just admiring something on me, I was always negative. So I prepared being indoors. I would always be on my own. I couldn't make friends at all. It has affected my life when I started dating. So if a guy asks me out, I will always hide because in my mind I'm thinking if they see what's happening, then they would leave. Until I met my baby daddy, who reassured me that there's nothing wrong with this. It's just scars. And I still look beautiful in those scars. I can still be a mother and a wife to someone. It has affected my adult life in a sense that I do not believe in myself. I don't trust myself. I have the lowest self-esteem. Even now, I try to be like, no man, this is me and I have to expect myself. But it always comes back that there is something wrong with you, girl. You're not like the others. You're not like the rest. Especially, I'm working in a call center. There's different faces every day. I will try and show my skin a little, and then the fewer people who are there on that day will get used to me. Then the next thing, there's new faces being stared at. It's another thing. I just can't handle it. I would immediately wear a jersey. My grandfather passed on in 2016. Fortunately, he stopped drinking because as I was still staying with them, I wanted them to stop drinking because I felt if it wasn't for that, if they were sober, we wouldn't be here. So he passed away and my grandmother is still alive and we're building a relationship. Even though if she's doing something bad or saying something bad, even if it's to someone else, not me, I still get angry and I still look at him like, if it wasn't of you, I wouldn't be like this. I'm drinking alcohol a lot. I do drink. I blame my grandparents for me being like this. I also blame my mother because at that time she was not living with us and I don't know where she was. No one knew where she was. So I feel like if she was there, this wouldn't have happened. So she was someone who was never there. Even before she passed on, she would have been there to protect me from her parents because she knows them better. I'm getting there, I'm forgiving them. My grandfather never apologized for this because now with them it was a blame game. He will blame my grandmother and my grandmother will blame him. It was just that between the two of them. My grandmother never apologized. I think they're old-fashioned. They don't believe in saying I'm sorry, even though they will show me that they feel bad for what they did with their actions sometimes, but they never said it to my face. Most of the time I am angry at them, especially when it comes to me trying to get something to wear, because even when I'm shopping, I always try to find things with long sleeves that I will still look pretty in. And I would find a dress sleeveless and I love it. I'll get that feeling that if it wasn't for them, I'll be buying this dress and I would look pretty. I still get that a lot. It affected the relationship with my grandparents. It's not a normal one, a normal granddaughter and grandparent relationship. They need to guard what they say to me. I snap if they say something wrong to me. They can't really reprimand me as a kid because I'll be like, yeah, because you did this to me, which is not a good thing. I mean, I'm a mother now and I need to reprimand Buhle, and I do not expect her to be like that towards me. I love acting. That's one thing that makes me happy. I love modeling. I feel I cannot do that because of my scars. I go for auditions and even though I didn't do well, but because I'm not selected, I feel like it's because of this. If it wasn't for this, it would have been mine. So it's affected a lot. I don't want to lie. And I do not call myself a hero as the other band survivors are calling themselves heroes, because with me, it's really hard to accept. Okay, so I'm not 100% where I want to be. People struggle to love me because I don't love certain parts of my body, and it's like there's a wall or a brick that I'm building. I'm trying to accept myself, love myself so I can be loved. If you do not believe in yourself, you will not achieve anything. So I've learned that I need to believe in myself, that I'm still me, I'm still capable of achieving anything no matter what. I can do anything and I can be anything that I want to be regardless of the scars. I'm stronger actually. I'm a strong young woman because I've achieved so much, even though I have doubts at the back of my head. And accept this, I can achieve more. I've spoken to a few mental health practitioners. Honestly, some of them I felt like I'm wasting my time. Most cases they made me feel like I'm wrong. Why are you not accepting yourself? There's someone who's gone through worse. That never helped me. It didn't really work for me. I just felt like I need to give myself that. It's in my mind, not someone else. Speaking to my 5-year-old self, I would give that person love. I think that's one thing she needed the most. As I've mentioned that my mother was not there, I needed her to be there to remind me that I'm lovable. In that condition, I can achieve anything, I can be anything that I want to be. In that condition, it doesn't change anything.